Missouri Valley Conference is finally here for the BGSU men's soccer team as they host the Evansville Purple Aces in an MVC rematch here on Friday Night Soccer here at Cochrane Stadium on WBGU PBS. Good evening. I'm Lucas Clymer, joined alongside Noah Seeley here tonight, ready to have some fun. And Noah, no love lost between these two programs, Bowling Green and these teams met on November last year. Evansville won 3-2 in overtime, which ended Bowling Green's season.
Yeah, Lucas, like you said, Missouri Conference Valley Championship rematch from last year. Bowling Green's coming in with a lot of tough love, trying to get back, try and get the rematch win. So it's going to be a good game. There's a lot of storylines tonight. Mickey's going to come in. We're going to have an induction for him. So yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
A lot of storylines, a lot of big things this match, like you mentioned. Bennett Painter Trace really stepped up for this team this season on the box score like they did last year. Who's a third Falcon that you're looking for to step up tonight in a big match against Evansville under the lights?
The guy that I'm going to look for, Lucas, is going to be Raiko Bogurov. He's a midfielder. It's not really to look for him to score, but him to facilitate, find his way, maybe find Trace, maybe find Bennett. Who knows? Maybe he will score, but he'll do something tonight, Lucas.
Definitely a player to watch out for indeed. The Falcons and the Purple Aces ready to do battle once again here at Cochrane Stadium. It's coming up next here on WBGU at PBS.
Yeah. I won't know. Yeah. I'm ready to roll. Give me the signal. You know I'm there in the mode. Steady the load. I got an issue. It's getting out of control, but let it be known. You know I'm here for more. Just setting a tone. I'm ready to go. Ready for anything now. Standing alone. I don't want no help or no favors. I got it all on my own. Outside the bodega. Hiding my haters. I got it written in stone. I'm talking never complain. I stand in the rain before getting the phone. Calling my people to moan. Saying that I should be clear, but here this off to the tone. Hello?
Senior midfielder from Galena, Ohio, number 8, Andrew Schaefer.
Here, Lucas Clymer, Noah Seeley alongside here in WBGU PBS as the two sides come out to their entrance here at Cochrane Stadium. Should make for an emotional one, if you will, with the last match the two sides played in that MVC matchup.
Yeah, Lucas, just like you said, it was the MVC championship matchup last year. Bowling Green's coming back, looking for a great rematch, trying to get some get back. It's going to be a good game. There's a lot of different festivities going on here, Lucas.
Indeed, as well. Mickey Cochrane, the 1995 championship team, and Alumni Weekend being 3 of those festivities, along with the opening conference game as well. I had a chance to sit down with head coach Eric Nichols and talk about the rematch between these two programs, but also being just the first conference game of the season. Let's take a listen.
And the freshman midfielder from Olinda, Brazil, number 23, Joey Ramos. Director of Soccer Operations, Andrew Watts. Assistant coaches, Gonzalo Carranza, Jack Bennett, and Ryan James. He ended his 17th season at the WB Brown and head coach Eric Nichols.
Adam. Coach, obviously a big thing heading to this match is kind of a rematch of last year's MVC championship game, but more importantly, how do you kind of put those emotions aside and focus on just going 1-0 in Missouri Valley Conference play?
Man, that game was so long ago, we're hardly thinking about it, honestly. This is a season is such a journey in itself. We had a bad outing last time we were here at Cochrane, and we're just ready to make that right.
And Evansville lost a couple key players from last year, but also have a lot of dangerous new pieces this season as well. What makes them dangerous, and what's the big key for your team to stop their attack and come out with the big one tonight?
Yeah, they've got a great side. They like to move the ball. They're a possession-based team. We're going to try to control the tempo. We're going to try to make this more of a high-octane, high-tempo type of game. We're going to try to press them high and play the game in their end.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience, and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
If you missed this week's episode of Scenic Stops and Stories, you can stream the full episode for free anytime at wbgu.org/Scenic Stops.
A bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree. Secure your future at BGSU.
Lamps are announced, and we're ready for kickoff here in Bowling Green, the first Missouri Valley Conference game of the season between the two teams that met in that championship match in Springfield, Missouri just last November. Lucas Clymer, our Noise City, once again back on the call with you. We do have starting 11s for both the head coach Eric Nichols and head coach Robbie Tarver's sides. First, for the Bowling Green Falcons, Enzo Gil in goal. Giovanni Suarez, Kyle Toschetto returns from his red card suspension. Rocco Bodura getting his first start of the year. Andrew Schaefer, Anthony Hernandez, Bennett Painter, Matt Christensen, Saul Rios, Trace Terry, and Callaway Ramos. What sticks out to you?
For me, Lucas, just like you mentioned, his first start of the season, we're going to go with Rocco Bodurov. He's been off the bench a lot of times this season so far. He's done a great job while he's in. Finally gets his chance to start. I see him being able to facilitate that spot really well.
Indeed, as well, had the game-winning assists against DePaul on Tuesday afternoon. And for the visitors, Evansville Purple Aces, Devin Shepard, Martin Wordsmith, Nacho Garcia, Will Bensick, Tancredi Fada, Hakan Edstorm, Nacho Diaz Cavada, Pablo Calvete, Andres Escudero, Michael Maraz, and Chase Ricker will have to start 11 for the third-year head coach Robbie Tarver.
Yeah, Lucas, and looking at Evansville, Michael Maraz is one of the best goalies in the Missouri Valley Conference. He proved it last year in his freshman year. He's proven it this year so far. First matchup in the Valley for a conference game. We'll see how he does.
Indeed, as well, 2025 All-MVC preseason team incoming this year for Maraz was named to the MVC All-Freshman team last year. Definitely quite the resume for just a young goalie for a Evansville team that has a whole lot of players, 41 players, and they use a lot of their bench as well. They will be in their road purple, the defending Valley champs that made their first NCAA appearance game in over 2 decades, 28 years last year after they defeated Bowling Green in overtime. But the Falcons are going to want to get their get back, and they're going to get it in a big way here on a big night full of a bunch of alumni, the great Mickey Cochrane, and a whole bunch of parents and fans in the stands. Bowling Green will be in their home whites from head to toe, going from left to right to get this one started. Our head referee, Eber Estrade, has his whistle in his mouth, checks his watch, and gets us underway here, and the Valley is officially underway here in Bowling Green.
Yeah, Lucas, like you said, it's going to be a very exciting match. A lot of sparks flying, to say the least.
Indeed, as well. Evansville just 2 wins on the year, yet they're unbeaten their last 4 coming in to this one. Took them 5 matches this year before they picked up their first win, but coming off that come from behind win at Butler.
And a lot of those games, Lucas, just because you don't win the game, it doesn't mean you lost. And I know that sounds silly because there are such things as ties, but those ties sometimes are as good as wins. They're moral wins for the team, for the program. And that's kind of what I see from Evansville.
And you come from behind wins. This team is no stranger from come from behind from a couple of deficits this season. Evansville will start off with some possession here in the early goings of this one. Looking long to this far side, trying to click that over to the top for Bensick. We also had this one away. It'll be an Evansville throw-in.
Yeah, Lucas, and I think you're going to see a lot of intensity, not only from Bowling Green, but also from Evansville. Not just because Bowling Green took that loss last year in such a devastating way, but Evansville also is trying to keep that win and keep that victory on top.
Indeed as well. And Nichols talked about a little bit in our pregame as well, you know, talking about how long ago that championship game was, but also more recently, you know, that 3-0 loss they had at home to Bellarmine was not the performance that they wanted. And you followed up with a big road win on the road in Chicago on Tuesday.
Yeah, and that win in Chicago was very, very huge. They got Bennett Painter back on the board, one of 2 Bowling Green.
For the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and a quick one nonetheless, Lucas. I mean, within the first couple minutes.
That first couple minutes, first real attack there for Purple Aces. That was Fada getting in on the end of that attack. Student sections are going to be filling in over from the volleyball game in a moment's notice, but we have a packed house there, as you can't see on your screen, but below us here at Cochrane Stadium. A lot of alumni here this evening. The BGSU marching band, as you can hear here as well. Should make for a good one.
Yeah, kind of like you said, Lucas, you might not be able to see them, but there's a good chance you could hear them. They are very loud. You can feel the stands rocking. It's going to be a good matchup, and they came for the right game.
Here's Christensen going to go down the right side for Hernandez. Through ball off of the foot of Bodurov. Ramos trying to step in and win it back. Fada comes away with it. That was actually Ed Storm for Evansville. And the midfield is turned back over, and Terry will leave it off for Bodurov. Out wide right, here's Hernandez. He's inside Ramos. Ramos looking to give it back to Hernandez. That's cut off there from the Purple Aces. That was Nacho Diaz-Canella. Gio looking long, and it back in the direction to Evansville.
Evansville taking a lot of long shots, trying to get the ball as far up the pitch as possible.
I want Scott in the air from Miraz. Christensen will head it down. Christensen a little late on that fall through. Will be called for the foul.
Yeah, that foul was a little bit unlucky. It looked like Christensen was trying to get the ball, and the Evansville player just kind of slid right in there, just kind of unlucky timing.
That was Delvin Shepard, freshman out there on your screen. Denver, Colorado native, has started all 9 games this season, so a true freshman has impressed head coach Robbie Tarver.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you will see from Evansville. Like you said, 41 players on the roster. Out of those freshmen that are on the team, a decent amount of them play, Lucas.
Yep.
And they make it work.
Indeed, good freshman class for a side that lost a couple of really key players from that MVC championship team last year. The 2 that come to mind is Federici, who went to Indiana, and Kai Phillip, who transferred to Penn State. A couple of really good players from them last year that were so instrumental in that tournament championship run. I had to replace them. They've done it with some youngsters. Here come the Purple Aces once more. Bensick trying to put a cross in the box, but it's handled there from Gio.
Gio gets his first touch of the ball game, realistically, first shot at him.
Bensick, one of the few Ohio natives on this team from Cincinnati, Ohio. Lakota East High School. Played this summer the Dutch Lions with Jason Ball. And that one's going to go out of play. It's going to be a Bowling Green throw and one there from Painter.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Painter is going to be one of those guys, now that he got that goal against DePaul, look for him to score today. Him and Tracy are the only 2 that have gotten, him and Trace Terry are the only 2 that have gotten goals this year so far. Obviously, you want to look for other people to get them, but if it's those 2, they'll make it happen.
8 goals on the year for Bowling Green, 5 for Terry, 3 for Painter. That's last in the Valley for now. But at a moment's notice, this Falcon offense can really unlock it. Here's a long throw in here from Rios, looking for Terry, who flicks it on to Schaefer. Bicycle attempt from Tesqueto, and Bodurov trying to follow there on the back post. It's still alive and cleared from Evansville.
Great attempt there from the Falcons.
Suarez, Painter headed down, and they're going to say, you know, a foul on Painter, or he came back from an offside position.
Either way, it will not be Falcons' ball. It'll be a goal kick from Evansville.
There is Miraz. Started those 21 matches as a freshman, holding that 11 wins, 7 loss, and 3 draw record. The Aces that went to the first NCAA tournament since 1996.
And if there's anyone that you want leading that Evansville team, it's someone like that.
Headed out there from Suarez, it's going to be a throw-in for the Purple Aces.
Continuing to just get the ball downfield.
It's Chase Ricker. Pass it back, freshman from New Mexico. Another one of those freshmen that have played heavy minutes this year. Escudero trying to flick it off. It's taken back here from Bodurov. Ramos out wide. Hernandez looking long for Terry. That ball almost got to the senior striker. Aimlessly cleared and given right back to Schaefer and the Falcons.
The Falcons using the whole field, and I'd say that's thanks to their 3-4-1-2 formation. And I think that also says a lot for Painter and Terry, who have been in that front 2 spots. That's why they get so many goals.
Indeed, they don't need many chances to score. Nichols has been on the record saying that a couple of times. He have matches where they might not have a lot of shots, but they've created enough quality chances for their 2 all-star forwards.
Yeah, when they get the opportunity, they will take advantage of it, Lucas.
Some early press being right from BG. And one-touch passing. And a long ball here looking for Escudero here for the Purple Aces, and he'll get on this one. Rios defending. Gonna lay this one off and drop it all the way back. Switching on the left, here's Bensick. Give and go. Bensick crosses there, takes a deflection off the foot of Hernandez, and the second corner kick coming up for the Purple Aces.
Hernandez doing a great job over there in that corner defensive spot so far. This game has multiple times over there.
Yeah, Bensick has gotten forward a couple times for Evansville this game.
Corner kick Evansville.
Will be a corner kick here on this near side for the Purple Aces. Ball into the box, flicked on, and it's in! Evansville takes an early lead on the road. And the set pieces pay dividends for the road team. It's 1-0 Purple Aces.
Yeah, Lucas, that corner kick came right into the box, got past a few Falcon defenders, and an Evansville player knocked it right in.
And I think you described it there perfectly, Noah. They're just a ball into the box that flighted through the whole team, and an Evansville player there on the back post and knock it home.
And that is why every single Evansville player had to have been ready for that ball, because you have no clue off of a corner kick where that's going to go.
We'll get a confirmation to see who was that for the Purple Aces here in a moment that got the final touch to knock it home. But regardless, it's an early goal for Evansville, and the Falcons find themselves down 1-0 home for the second straight time in a week.
Thank you.
Evansville goal scored by number 26, Paulo Calvete. Assist on the play, number 30.
Paulo Calvete. Good credit with the goal there for the Purple Aces. Found there on that back post, the junior midfielder from Spain on the board first for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things, Lucas, where anyone could have gotten that goal, and it just happened to be Pablo. Evansville now just trying to keep their pace, stay on the Falcons' side of the pitch.
For Calvete, transferred from Universidad Internacional in Spain, grew up playing Girona's academy. Junior, 4 starts, now 5 this season, had an assist, and that's his first goal of 2025.
And what a time to have it in an important game like one against Bowling Green.
Nacho Garcia, look at Miraz there all the way up, putting on the moves. Long ball over the top, looking for Escudero. Flicks it up over Tesqueto. A little bit of contact with his face and a grab of the jersey. And it'll be a foul called on Escudero, and a nice one there from Tesqueto.
And one thing that I've seen, Lucas, is Tesqueto likes to be physical, very much. Has it paid him well sometimes, sometimes not. Red card came 2 games ago.
And he's in that position kind of in the middle of a back three. He already played an aggressive style of soccer where he needs to be very smart and have a high-level IQ, which he does have. And being that height, about close to 6 foot in height, maybe a little bit undersized for that position, but the way he plays that position, his presence is so big and has a high-level IQ play. Very important there for Bowling Green. Here come the Purple Aces. Sliding challenge there from Suarez. That was a long busting run there from Bensick.
Yeah, and much needed from Suarez.
The question is now, how will Bowling Green respond from that early deficit? Painter, Hernandez, now here's Bodurov on the ball. Here's Rios. Gonna switch the play back to the right side looking for Painter. It's behind him and Bensick. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez plays it out to Ramos. Painter. Back to Ramos. Gets it out to Hernandez. One time's cross into the box. Dealt with there from Warschmidt. And Schaefer losing his footing. A long-range shot there from Christensen's blocked, and the Purple Aces come away unscathed.
Falcons continuing to just try and get that ball into the box.
Hernandez, Ramos, going to play Suarez, who's making the run all the way up to the right wing. Suarez cross, dealt with there from Warschmidt. Hernandez will keep it alive. Suarez again, Hernandez kept himself onside. Crossing the box, looking for Terry. Evansville able to build out of it. Now a chance for them to counter.
Yeah, Lucas, and it just looks like those passes from the Falcons are landing right on the heads of Evansville players.
Evansville trying to counter with numbers, but a good takeaway there from Rios. Painter's going to keep this one in play. Gets it out to Bodurov. Guiding with the ball there. Now met from a Purple Ace and then loses the possession. One ball to the top, given right back to Rios. All the way back out to Enzo Gio. We mentioned the MVC championship match these two sides played. Is this one over the top is going to be intercepted from the Purple Aces? We mentioned the last time these played in November, but if you look back 2 years ago, the first Valley matchup these two sides had was 2023 at Cochrane Stadium. The Falcons were victorious in that match, 4-2.
Yeah, Lucas, and I think the Falcons are going to try and get back to that time frame, try and get a win tonight.
Here's Chaser Ricker now putting a cross in. That's off of Hernandez again, and another corner kick coming up third of the first half for Evansville.
And obviously, if you're the Falcons, seeing as they've already had one corner kick go in, you are a little bit afraid to give them another one, but it's better than having them be in the box with the ball.
In swinging ball once again here for Purple Aces. This one to the near post, and it's off of an Evansville player, and it'll be a goal kick.
Much needed pressure off the Falcons back there. They had a little spurt where they were on the offensive side. I don't think they tried too much after that goal. Like they didn't push up their intensity, but I think they're doing the right thing by keeping it around what they already were doing.
One pings around in the midfield. Rio steps in and tries to get it through to Terry. It's taken back here from Evansville in the midfield. A wide here to Bensick. One ball across. It's picked up here from Escudero. Long switch trying to go to that far side of Shepard. Shepard will drop it all the way back. A long-range shot here is going to be off target. Decent look there from Evansville. No one stepped to the ball, but shot goes off frame.
Kind of like we've been mentioning this whole half, Lucas. Evansville still continuing to have that long ball. Throw it over from one side of the pitch to the other.
Suarez will loft it long. Terry flicks it on, looking for his fellow captain, Andrew Schaefer, who has scored in back-to-back years against Evansville. Scored here in 2023 and then scored in that MVC championship game. Could make it 3 goals and 3 times against these Purple Aces if he can.
And again, if there's any time to do it, it's now. To get a third guy on the board for the Falcons, no one better than Schaefer.
Yeah, long throw in here from Rios. Bowling Green trying to capitalize off a dead ball of their own. Here's Rios into the box, flicked on there from Terry. Still alive off the Tesqueto, who puts the cross. At least try to redirect one into the box, but it's off him. A goal kick from Miraz.
Yeah, and it looks like the Falcons are just trying to get that ball into the box, give their strikers a chance to score. Eventually, it will have to hit if they want to win this game, seeing as they are already down 1-0.
Three wins from Bowling Green this season so far came most recently against DePaul, Michigan State here at home, and then Wright State on the road.
Yeah, Lucas, and you see some of those matchups like that Michigan State win, and you know that they can compete at the highest level.
It's Hernandez using his speed. You get a touch and puts to the right. Gets out to Ramos, puts a cross in the box, looking for Terry. Up for that was Werschmidt. It's a big header one there. Spaderov going to track this one down on Shepard, trying to stop a counterattack. Able to hold him out there just for a moment being. And there's Terry. Picking that one off. Bodurov. Schaefer, cross in the box, looking for Terry, and Painter. A great cross into the box, but the two strikers couldn't redirect on one on goal.
Fantastic way in by Schaefer, and that was one of the first times that it had gotten past an Evansville header, and it had gotten to Trace Terry, and he just couldn't hit it into the goal.
Ramos to Hernandez. Drop it all the way back. Escudero's going to provide some press on Gil. Gets it all the way out to Rios. Just looking for Terry. Werschmidt heads it away. Be a foul on Bodurov.
Yeah, Maduro's being very aggressive, which is exactly what I thought we would be seeing from him in this game, getting his first start. He's doing it all out there. He's trying his hardest. He's moving the ball around.
Well, he kind of has that kind of free range of an attacking mid to kind of find the game and find those open pockets and spaces to find Terry and Painter up top. And he's done a really good job of that so far this game. Bensick, Calvete, the goal scorer, will go all the way back to the Evansville back line. They'll put this one up forward. It's off the head of Suarez. Be a Purple Aces throwing. Here's Bensick through. And that shot there is off the mark from the Purple Aces. That was Escudero. Who has scored all of his goals in this 4-game unbeaten streak for the Purple Aces. Escudero having a 2-goal performance recently against Butler. He's been in form for the Purple Aces during this unbeaten run.
That's something that if Evansville wants to keep getting those wins, they're going to have to keep looking to him to help with that.
Bodurov looking to slide this one through to Schaefer, and that one's just going to be cleared and out of play.
I think one of the most interesting things about Cochrane Stadium is when a ball goes out and it goes over that, someone has to go and get it, and you got to get another ball and just keep playing like nothing happened.
Another long throw in here for the Bowling Green with Rios. Terry flicks it on, takes a couple of deflections. Werschmidt just clearing up forward, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Falcons.
Yeah, and that was, Terry did a great job on that, keeping the ball in his possession, but not letting it go out on his possession. and the Falcons will get to keep this, get a corner kick, which already scored one for the Purple Aces.
First set piece for the Falcons, and it's going to be on the foot of Andrew Schaefer. Has a pair of assists so far this season. Here is Schaefer, and swinging ball into the box, floated, looking for Tesqueto. It's headed away. They'll do it again, this time from the opposite side.
Other side might be the charm, Lucas, who knows? As we're still going to get Schaefer taking the kick. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lucas, he tends to take majority of those kicks.
Yes, he is. Set piece taker for Bowling Green this season. Difference here, there's an in-swinging ball off his right foot. This one's going to be an outswinger. A couple of players stacked up on the top of the box for both Bowling Green and Evansville. Here is Schaefer. Cross flooded in, looking for Terry, who got his head on it, but he couldn't put that one on frame.
Just too high there from Terry. Great look from Schaefer. Gave him the shot once again. Just couldn't get it down. And those are some of those looks, Lucas, where you just can't afford to miss too many of those. Like you said, Nichols has talked about.
Well, those are your two seniors, not only just captains, but your two seniors that have played together for all those 4 years. So their chemistry is probably as strong as more than any other player on the team. And you've seen a couple times of Schaefer's crosses looking for Terry, and that time there, just couldn't see that one on frame.
Yeah, and fantastic ball in. Terry got it with his head, and sometimes you don't know where that ball is going to go on a header.
Long ball here, looking to play direct here. Escudero tracking, and good communication with Tesqueto and Gio.
Yeah, and Tesqueto and Gio, I mean, they both have been in that backfield for such a long time. They know what they're doing. They have good communication. That tends to happen a lot.
2 of the 4 Brazilians on the field for Bowling Green, and 3 of those are in the back line. As looks like Nichols is going to make his first sub here in a moment's notice. That's Josh Saavedra on that far side. We'll see if they take it now. They'll wait till the next dead ball. Saavedra started the first couple of games this season, has been predominantly off the bench, transfer from Long Island University. Rios booting this one long, looking for Painter. Look at this one out to Miraz. Playing with fire there. Painter almost intercepted that one. Suarez out wide to Hernandez. Splits the defenders. Christensen.
Keeping it on the right side of the field here, Lucas.
They're trying to get it to switch, but now they'll work it back. Hernandez. Now Suarez will make the run. So here's Hernandez. Cross into the box. It's cleared. And finally dealt with here from Evansville. Tesqueto keeps it alive. Tesqueto to the foot of Painter. Still Bennett Painter. Takes the shot, takes a deflection, and rolls right to Miraz. But a good step there from Tesqueto to have to find Bennett.
Yeah, fantastic step there, and that's what you need your defenders to do. When that ball gets back here to the back line, find a way to get it back up.
Here's Ricker, and that one's going to just roll off the foot and turn back over to Bowling Green.
Yeah, Ricker being a freshman, kind of one of those things. Sometimes you have those little errors that don't always see happen junior, senior-wise.
Suarez, kind of a 50-50 challenge. No foul called. Terry diving for that one. Bodurov, and that's, well, I think if he got a little bit any more of his jersey, I probably wouldn't call for a foul. Still a Purple Ace player down. Now they'll stop the clock. Trying to see who this is for head coach Robbie Tarver's squad. This will give a breath and a moment notice for Bowling Green to regroup, but also a chance for Evansville to attend their player. And that's actually Fada for the Purple Aces. So over halfway through this first half, Noah, what have you made so far of Eric Nichols' squad and how they played so far?
So far, what I've seen, Lucas, is, like we talked about in the pregame and during the start of the game, they're going to come out aggressive. Both teams are taking long balls. They're trying to find a way to get the ball in the box, get the score. Schaefer's getting the ball into Terry. Budurov is doing his job in the middle. It's not hitting the back of the net.
Definitely more like a Bowling Green team in possession that we've seen in terms of build-up play. Evansville's gone direct most of the time this first half with the kind of those long balls, but we know that's how Bowling Green wants to play. They don't want to go direct if they don't have to. They kind of want to break you down through their play through the midfield.
Yeah, and they have the ability to do that with the roster they have, with the talent that they have out on the field.
So Saavedra's now coming in. He'll come in for Ramos. So he'll play next to Christensen in that kind of holding midfield, center midfield role.
And the first switch for the Falcons of the night.
First change for any team. No team has really made no subs so far in this contest. Podurov. Step there, loose pass. Hernandez trying to intercept that one and finally gets it away. Here is Hernandez trying to turn the corner on Garcia. Hernandez puts across in the box, doesn't beat Bensick, but a really good hustle play there from the junior midfielder.
Yeah, just could not get around Bensick there. Tried his hardest. Great defense.
Schaefer heads it up. Terry trying to flick it on to Painter. They cleared out. Saavedra trying to loft that one into the box to Terry. Back to Garcia and all the way out to Bensick again. Late sliding that challenge was Hernandez. Bensick will get it right back. He's got Fada out wide. Crossing the box looking for Escudero, and a little too much on that one into the hands of Gio.
Yeah, and Gio's going to send this one as far as he can up.
Schaefer got a foot on that one. To work this way back. Back to Moraz again, just one time clears it towards the Bowling Green bench, and that's a turnover, and he'll go back to Bowling Green ball, and that's what you get from the high press, is you force them into making passes they're not comfortable with and just clearing it out of play.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important thing for this game, is being able to have that high press, especially not only because you're down 1-0, but from the start of the game having that high intensity, high playing press.
Christensen off the foot of a Purple Ace player.
Here we go, Falcons, here we go.
Here's Schaefer, his trademark scissors move. He's gonna put a left foot across in the box. He's gonna fall to Hernandez. Oh, and he just put it over the bar. Well, I was looking for Terry and Painter, and it fell right to him, and he just couldn't put that one down in frame.
Yeah, just barely got it above. Evansville goalkeeper, I mean, he made a great attempt. Moraz tried his absolute hardest to get that, and it went over, but I think if that was inside of the net, he had a shot to block it anyways.
Hernandez still looking for that goal this season, and a goal in orange and brown colors. Doesn't really allow the box score usually with goals and assists, but he's so important in just terms of how they play in possession.
And I think that's one thing you can say about this whole Falcons team. Like we've mentioned, Terry and Painter are the only two to have goals on the season, but that doesn't mean that everyone else on the team isn't doing their part. They all are running up and down the field. They're doing their parts. It's meant for Terry and Painter to score.
Speaking of Terry, he flicks this one on, a little too strong off the foot there of Painter. And for my money's worth, that's probably the best chance of the night for Bowling Green.
Without a doubt, so far that has been the best chance. The only one that hasn't been a header attempt to get into the goal.
Long over the top for Evansville. Toscado got a touch. Escudero will track it down, and Rios able to earn the throw-in.
And the Falcons just continuing to keep this ball out of Evansville's hands, or feet, actually, should I say, and just get it back to their possession.
Painter trying to switch that one. Suarez is going to have to track it down. For Suarez to retreat back to Desqueto. Heavy pass back, Gio. Suarez heads it up. Christensen heads it up, and he's kind of got his legs taken out from underneath him by Fada, and it'll be a foul on the captain.
Very close to what we saw Christensen do to the Purple Aces player. Happens back to him. Obviously, freak accident. Those things happen.
And we'll have to stop the clock. Christensen's still down. There's a couple of Purple Aces subs that will come in. So Christensen's still down. This is not good if you're Bowling Green. We'll take another look at this play. Ooh, just kind of landed a little bit hard there on his kind of back.
Yeah, definitely hard on that side, and he looks to be in some pain, Lucas. Would be a huge loss for the Falcons.
Vaden Patasic, I believe, warming up. Started every game this year coming into this game. And Christensen's a guy who was an all-MVC freshman team selection back in 23. Started most of the matches last year, but I can play multiple positions for Bowling Green, and he's so important culturally that he's one of the 3 captains this year for the Falcons.
Yeah, one thing that we missed there, Lucas, is number 11 on Evansville. Fada came up and made sure Christensen was okay. I'm going to assume he was the one that hit him. I didn't get a clear angle of the play, but I'm assuming that it was, and very, very classy as he does going up there to do that.
Gives the Falcons a chance to regroup. So the Purple Aces, about 15 minutes and a little bit of change before halftime. As Christensen's up to his feet. Seems to be okay. We'll see if a change is made. Looks like it'll be a little gingerly.
Yeah, definitely looks to be gingerly, Lucas, but it looks like he's going to stay in the match as of right now.
Well, if he does, that's good news for Bowling Green, as he'll try to walk this one off. Be a drop ball.
Substitutions into the game for the Purple Aces.
So while they have a moment, there'll be a couple of subs coming in for the Purple Aces. Nate Roberts will check in for Escudero. Yeah, Armin Hajigat will come in for Devin Shepard. So a couple of changes up top for head coach Robbie Tarver.
Yeah, and you know, it's about that time. They have 41 players on their roster, Lucas. Let's make some changes.
Gets the fresh legs in the match. Terry wins the header. But it's cleared and dealt with quickly there from Evansville. Desqueto flicks it up. Suarez. Be a foul back on the Purple Aces. I believe that's on Roberts, who just checked into the game.
Not a great start for him, if that is on him. Looks to be around the same spot as the one right beforehand on the Christensen penalty.
On ball looking for Terry. He's going to go by him. Hernandez trying to keep it in play. It's flicked on, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up, so just self-inflicted concede there from Evansville.
Yeah, and it looked like that defender was trying to keep the Falcon player away from the ball, and it bit him in the butt. The best way to explain it.
Trying to bounce it off of Hernandez, and instead it backfires, so it'll be a Schaefer set piece on this corner kick.
I think this is one of the most interesting parts of the game, is seeing this basketball-like inbound play. I think it's so interesting, and it's so cool to see it work out when it does.
Outswinging ball here from Schaefer. 3 Falcon bodies seem to have hit the floor. Hernandez trying to track it back down, can't do so. So is Schaefer. And a long switch here and a chance to counterattack here for Evansville. Here come the Purple Aces into the box looking for a second goal. Gets around Rios and cross into the box, and it's covered up well there from Gio.
Yeah, Lucas, going back to that corner kick, I mean, I think Evansville thought we were playing bowling because knocked down 3 of our players that they thought they were pins. Nothing really came out of that with 3 of your guys down. There's not much you can do.
Here's Badurov. How wide left to Schaefer. Badurov again. Out to Terry. Terry shaking off one player into the box. That was actually Schaefer looking for Terry.
The common appearance, Schaefer to Terry.
Yeah, for another throw in here on this far side for Rios.
Sidebar here, Lucas. Christensen seems to be playing all right, moving as well as you can after a fall like that. Good to see for the Falcons.
And in the box, Rios. Terry gets shoved. Saavedra trying to get up for the header. Rios will get it right back. We have foul on Christensen.
Yeah, and Lucas, a couple of upset fans because Terry was pushed in the box. The thing is, it's a very physical game. Stuff like that.
He's one of the Falcons that will, I mean, he's going to get grabbed and tussled more than any other player because of his height and just the position he plays as a striker. He's always going to get kicked and just shoved off the ball. That's just the nature of being a center forward.
Exactly, and you can't expect that to be called every time.
Exactly, depends on the referee crew, the referee discretion. Some call it tight, some let you play on. And now that you're in conference play, it's probably going to be more physical than just a normal non-conference. Long switch here, looking to the back post here for Evansville, and just couldn't track that one down. All in the box, and outside of your screen, you see here all the Falcons kind of lining up towards the back post, towards the back. A high line set here for Evansville, trying to draw the Falcons offside. You have Hernandez, who will take this one from far out, deliver to that back stick. It's flicked on for Painter. Wanted a handball call for Evansville, not given. And they'll just dump it away.
Yeah, Lucas, and I saw Painter over there in the right-hand corner. I thought there was a possibility he was going to get it over there. Just couldn't get enough on it.
Badurov trying to track it down on Bensick. Miraz. Great communication with his left back.
And that's trust right there, Lucas. That's exactly what that is. With Badurov coming right at you.
Evansville looking to break here. Here's Fada. Get back to Ricker. Trying to switch the point of a play here and go to that far side of the goal, all the way back to Garcia.
Gonna make its way all the way back to Miraz as he sends one flying up the sideline.
Suarez tries to win this header. Fada trying to give that one back to his teammate. Goes out of play. Under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. We'll see if Bowling Green has an equalizer in them before halftime. We'll give them a lot of momentum to start half number 2, but so far that best attempt has been from that man right there on your screen, Anthony Hernandez.
Yeah, and Lucas, kind of like you said, getting that equalizer and giving them momentum. In every sport, momentum plays a big part, but I also think in soccer, with it being so fast-paced, the momentum makes a huge difference.
Terry was basically hugged, so he was fouled.
And that's one of those where you will get the call there because they see that and they're like, hey, probably shouldn't do that.
Terry trying to head it down to Painter. Evansville wins that one. Rios to Schaefer. And just ran out of real estate there on that far touchline.
One of those things where you're trying to go and find the ball. You can't always pay attention to where you are on the field. Just ran out of room, like you said.
more changes for Bowling Green Most. This looks like we'll get those in a moment. Notice that's going to be a foul on Saavedra.
Yeah, Saavedra coming in. He's going to take that ball and take the guy and just give him a little shove.
Evansville will take this one short. Purple Aces looking to add a second before halftime. Here's Chase Ricker. A little nutmeg there on Suarez, and a foul is going to be called. And this is going to be a very dangerous set-piece opportunity here for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, Lucas, and very close to being in the box. Very, very close.
So we'll see if Bowling Green waits to put these changes in. That's Aiden Patasik and Xavier Sims, freshman defender that will come in probably after this set piece. But Bowling Green's got some defending to do here. It's a big opportunity here, trying to keep it just 1-0.
Yeah, and even though the goal isn't to be down 1-0, being down 2-0 is a lot worse, especially going into half.
Chase Ricker, number 37 for the Purple Aces, will stand over it. Assists already tonight.
Gonna have 3 Falcon defenders standing between him and the goal.
Ricker delivered to the backside, trying to head this one back in play, but it's going to be out of play before he was able to head it back across the face of goal. It'll be a goal kick for Gio, and here come Patasik and Sims. And he'll be coming in for Badurov.
Into the game for the Falcons, number 13, Xavier Sims, in for number 7, Branko Badurov.
It's an interesting change. Aiden Patasik will be coming in for Christensen. So Patasik will become one of those holding mids next to Saavedra, and looks like Hernandez has moved to the middle, and Sims has kind of gone out to that right-hand side. Normally a center back, but he's going to be playing up on the wing, looks like. So an interesting change here for Nichols.
And you know, Nichols, I'm assuming, trusts those guys to play multiple positions. Get from just not being just the center, but going to the right or going to the left. And if he trusts them, I trust Nichols.
Foul here on Bowling Green. Now a chance for another set-piece opportunity. They have 4 Falcons staying over it, including Schaefer and Rios. It will be Schaefer delivered to the back post, and nearly getting on the end of that attempt was Sims.
Coming right in, trying to make a difference right off the rip. Sims is a freshman coming in, trying to make as much of an impact as he can. Obviously, Terry and Payne are the only ones with goals, so he has not had one yet this season.
Long skied kick. Rios got the first header. Painter there tried to cut off the line, couldn't do so. Bensick, fast ball movement here from Evansville. Suarez trying to meet Ricker, but Ricker trying to cross it into the box. That one's deflected.
Looked like that was Patasik.
Cross in the box again to Sketo. Got it away. Now Hernandez trying to get up to Terry, and that's going to be a foul on the senior captain. Kind of a hand fighting match there.
You know what happens a lot of the time, Lucas? Second man always gets it.
Yep.
And it looked like that's what happened there. Terry just went a little bit too much right at the end.
Yeah, that was Martin Warschmidt there, sophomore defender from Norway, all MVC tournament team last year, a handball called on Evansville.
Lucas, Patasik was the one that had that block right over there. Both him and Sims have already made impactful plays in the game. Looks like it's working out well having those subs.
Does it need some fresh legs in the middle of the park for Nichols? This one's given right back to Gio and Bowling Green. Flicked up. Painter tried to head that one on. This one back here from Evansville. Ricker into the box. Cross. Flashed across the face of goal, and it's a second for the Purple Aces. A ball just flying across near the 6-yard box. And another finish near that back post. It's 2-0 Evansville just before halftime.
Yeah, Lucas, and exactly what the Falcons couldn't have happen has happened. And it looked like the cross was coming in, looking to be a header by the striker right there, as we're going to get another look at this. As we see the back end of that, kicking it right in on that side. Gio not very happy about that.
Just a weird cross there that found it, and it's the substitute, Arman Hajigat. Coming off the bench there to get a goal. That junior forward from Irvine, California, coming off the bench to make a difference. And like you said, no, not what the Falcons wanted in this first half. And almost kind of a similar type of, obviously not similar type of play. One came from a corner kick, one came from the run of play, but where the play was finished, they're kind of near that back post.
Yeah, and I don't think that either of those goals, that the guy that scored it was supposed to be the one to score it, if that makes any sense. There was definitely a header there that was supposed to happen that was missed.
Bowling Green now want the halftime whistle to come sooner. They're just a chance to regroup. We've seen Bowling Green come back from leads before. They're going to need something special in the second 45.
And I will say, Lucas, out of any game that it could happen, this would be the game with how high the stakes are, all the different festivities going around. They're not going to give up after this first half.
We'll talk about it more at halftime, but legendary Mickey Cochrane, who was the godfather of this program, the stadium's named after him, was honored pregame, got inducted into the OCSA Hall of Fame, his 6th Hall of Fame that he's been inducted into. It was a big helping hand in the lacrosse program here at Bowling Green State University a long time ago, and he's, like I mentioned, the father figure of the men's soccer program, and we'll talk about a little bit more of him at halftime as Rios has that clearance blocked out.
Yeah, and you know, Lucas, so many people would die just to be in one Hall of Fame, and Mickey's in 6 of them. Just incredible stuff.
Incredible stuff. Legend of the game has helped the game of college soccer so much, and also the Mid-American Conference when Bowling Green was in the Mid-American Conference for men's soccer before making the switch over the Valley just a handful of years ago. Got a minute left before halftime. Let's see what Nichols can do to get his guys collected. Down 2-0 once again for the second straight home match. Not down a man, however. Still have their full strength of squad. They're going to need a big performance in the second half.
Yes, and as Nichols had mentioned after the Bellarmine game, that one player being lost might not have made that much of a difference in the game that time, but this game it will, if that were to happen.
But off the ball fighting there from Painter and a Purple Ace. I think that was a goal scorer Ajit got. So they'll stop the clock, and you'll have a conversation with junior forward. And a little bit more hand fighting. And a yellow card is going to be issued to Trace Terry. Wears his heart on his sleeve. Emotional game from yesterday, from last year, I should say. Yellow card on Terry, and a little bit of conversation there with Nacho Diaz-Canella.
Yeah, and it looked like Terry came in a little bit afterwards, maybe trying to defend his teammate, whatever the case was, like you mentioned. Terry wears his heart on his sleeve, and that shows it right there.
.20 seconds left, and they'll get the clock moving once again once they get underway.
Yeah, and Lucas, we mentioned beforehand, there's going to be a lot of tension during this game. Shocking that it took until now for there to be a yellow card.
I would agree with you there. I'm a little bit shocked it took this long. A couple seconds left for Evansville. Diaz-Canella lifts it in the box. Sims wins that header up and strong. Falcons got some work to do. Half number 2, if they want a big comeback and something to remember from this game, or it might be a night to forget once again. The Purple Aces up 2-0 here at halftime for the first Missouri Valley Conference game of the season. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have halftime highlights, some from Nichols, Mickey Cochrane, and more. Don't go anywhere. Listening to BGSU Men's Soccer here on WBGU at PBS.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
Back here at Cochrane Stadium, halftime here in Bowling Green. The Falcons down by 2 for the second home match in a row. 2-0 is your score over the Evansville Purple Aces. Lucas Clamar, Noah Seeley with you here. We have some highlights to go through here this first 45. Let's take a look.
In Falcon soccer history. This year marks the 30th anniversary of
And a couple of really good chances nonetheless for both teams, but Evansville really got on the front foot early on that first half.
Yeah, definitely, and you could tell obviously with it being 2-0, but they had a lot of chances, and they took advantage of those chances where the Falcons did not.
And that's Will Benstick had a couple of big runs there in that first half for the Purple Aces. There you saw there. A couple of long balls, very direct for the Purple Aces in that first half. Bowling Green was able to deal with it really well.
Yeah, exactly, and you know the corner kick. The second goal wasn't a corner kick, but it was close to the corner. Both of those paid off well for the Purple Aces. Whereas one thing that we didn't get to talk about too much is the Purple Aces defenders, they have to have hard hats on because they are hitting every ball with their heads that comes into that box.
Indeed as well. This was a nice play here from Anthony Hernandez, Noah, that just trying to create something out of nothing, and Andrew Schaefer did kind of the same thing there on that left wing, but just couldn't really connect there with Terry and Painter in the box. That was the best chance of the first half, nonetheless, there from Bowling Green there from Hernandez. Just couldn't direct that one on frame. But now you're still down by 2-0. But even more so for Bowling Green, it's not just the scoreline while you're down. It's the festives around tonight's match, the stuff that is around the game tonight. Alumni Weekend honoring the 1995 championship team who are right now on the field here for Bowling Green. Take a look at the alumni tent here for the Orange and Brown. A bunch of alums from teams from even last year, from previous years, but also teams from like the 1995 team that you see there on your screen, and just players that have meant so much to this program.
Yeah, and I'm sure obviously this isn't the outcome that they're looking for right now, being down 2-0, but we're all here to have fun, and that's what everyone's here to do. They're having a great time. They love being recognized. I mean, everyone does.
Legendary squad from a team that was 30 years ago. Hard to believe. One of the big things, Noah, from this match, and obviously the biggest one, Mickey Cochrane, the godfather of this soccer program, actually had an opportunity to talk to Nichols about the great Mickey Cochrane, what he means to this program. Let's take a look. Coach, obviously this match is big because you're honoring the great Mickey Cochrane, the 1995 championship team, and also it being Alumni Weekend as well. Can you kind of talk about Mickey Cochrane, what his legacy means to this program, but also to you personally?
Yeah, the tradition with this program is just incredible. It makes the program, and that tradition stems from one person. It's Mickey Cochrane. You know, so the first time I got here and I started meeting alum, the way they would talk about Mickey, I've never heard people talk about another person like that. So once I met him, I understood why. He's an amazing man. He has a huge legacy that he's left along down to the players that play today. They know who he is, and they play in his honor.
Coach, thank you again. You're there from Nichols, just how much Mickey Cochrane leaves, not just a legend to this program, not to this university, but college soccer as a whole, and what he's done for the game has been spectacular.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that everyone on this team, everyone on teams from the past, teams from the future, will remember Mickey's name.
It will, and yeah, I mean, the stadium's named after him for crying out loud.
No one can forget it.
As well. It's just been an incredible team for Bowling Green. 6 Hall of Fames, including the MAC Hall of Fame as one of those 6 as well. Been an incredible night for Bowling Green. Not the match they've wanted so far, down by 2, but for Bowling Green and for this team, what do they need to do in this second half to come back?
Yeah, so pretty much what I think that the biggest thing for them is they just have to take advantage of those chances that they get.
Indeed, as well. Well, that'll do it for us here from halftime. When we come back, we'll have second half action. Let's see if Bowling Green can take advantage of those changes that they'll create from the wings and through the run-up play. 2-0 is your score, Evansville over Bowling Green. Don't go anywhere. Listening to BGSU Men's Soccer here on WBGU at PBS.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good. Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
a bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree. Secure your future at BGSU.
If you missed this week's episode of Scenic Stops and Stories, you can stream the full episode for free anytime at wbgu.org/Scenic Stops.
At Bowling Green State University, we are a public university for the public good. A nationally ranked research university, we create public good through our graduates who lead and our collective pursuit of impact in Ohio and beyond. Founded in the Midwest, we never shy away from hard work. We embrace our responsibility to do good. We are proud to have state in our name. It's who we are, always striving forward. Always a public university, always for the public good.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
This is Steve Kendall, host of The Journal on WBGU PBS. Join me every Thursday night at 8. We'll be joined by experts and newsmakers as we discuss issues that are important to you and your community. That's The Journal, Thursday night at 8 on WBGU PBS.
If you missed this week's episode of Scenic Stops and Stories, you can stream the full episode for free anytime at wbgu.org/Scenic Stops.
If we fell off, then we back. Now I saw the throne at that moment. I sat down.
Second half action, ready to get underway here on Bowling Green. Welcome back into the broadcast booth. Luis Clamar, Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network alongside with you. 2-0 is your score. Evansville over the Falcons. They'll switch sides, and Bowling Green's got a hole to climb out of. And so far, looks like just one change for them to start the second half. Aiden Patasic coming in for Badura to start half number 2.
Yeah, and Patasic had been in that starting spot a lot of the time this season. Badurov got to start this game. Looks like they're going to go back and use Patasic for the second half here.
Evansville found the back of the net early off a set piece, and then late in the second half, both finishes from the back post. The visitors lead as we have half number 2 underway. Patasik will get this one going out to Suarez. Looking for Painter, it's one there. Now here's Fada. Chasing this one down for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and Lucas, obviously, no one would like to be down 2-0. But being at home, all the festivities going on, Bowling Green can mount a comeback, and they are able to mount a comeback in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Capable of doing it for sure, but gonna need to start off with an early goal. Here's Nacho Diaz, Convea, and Ramos wins it in the midfield. Here's Patasik. Here's Suarez, gonna make a run inside the box, and it has Terry now with some space. Terry crossed in the box looking for Painter, and the offside flag goes up.
Painter just barely finding himself on the backside of those defenders. Very nice attempt if he stayed on the right side.
Well, Terry's usually on the receiving end of those crosses, so he's on the providing end that time trying to find a striking partner. But I think giving those guys just more touches on the ball will be beneficial there for Bowling Green.
Without a doubt, Lucas.
Suarez has it up. Sick, trying to slide through from Terry. Offside flag goes up anyway.
Little frustration there from Terry. Hopefully he doesn't roll too much over from the first half where he got that yellow card.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be careful in this second half on that yellow. So Moraz will get everybody up off this restart. Here's Bensick. Strong header one there from Moraz. Patasik, Painter, and he's fouled. He's going to shove there from Werschmidt.
Werschmidt, the sophomore. He was 2024 All MVC tournament team. I'm sure he helped tons in the game against Bowling Green. That one right there, just kind of gave a little bit too much of a shove.
Here's Rios. Terry flicks it on for Hernandez. One-time cross. Goes all the way out to Christensen. Thought about a strike. Trying to separate some room. And Hernandez came from offside position.
And I wouldn't have hated that Christensen shot, seeing as you had to find somewhere to create while being down 2-0. Obviously it's a long shot, but got to find it somewhere.
And I gotta tell you, that's one of the worst offsides you can get. It's one of the most deflating, having a good passage of play, and then just an offsides in a really promising position there for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing, especially because you think that you have a very nice attempt at a goal.
Hand find there with Suarez and the Evansville player. Terry trying to win the header, Patasik up. Terry trying to track this one down. He can go all the way back up to Moraz. Nacho Diaz gets it back, and he'll win the ball back. Good pass to the player for Evansville to build out of the press. And now I'll get this one back. Hagande, who has a goal already this game, and Gio off his line to collect. But Evansville, just a couple of quick passes, and all of a sudden they were in Bowling Green's end.
Yeah, the Purple Aces broke right through that pressure that I wouldn't say kept them in check in the first half, but they didn't get anything off of those quick scoring, off of those quick drives. They had to use the corners to get their goals.
Here's Hernandez. Ball through to Patasik. Ramos. Gives it back to Patasik. Hernandez. Looking to return the pass. And a vow for a goal kick.
Patasik had 51 goals in his 4 years in high school. Obviously still has not had one yet this year with him being up in that higher up in the 1-2. Never know what could happen. Today could be the game, obviously, we said Budurov would be the one to get it. Now with Patasic in for him, it could be him too. Either one of the players that were going to be at that position has the ability to score.
Indeed, and Patasic did get his first clean goal last year against Detroit Mercy. Still looking for that first this year, as you mentioned. And that one just sailed over into the practice field from Garcia. And they'll stop the clock. There's an Evansville player down from behind the play. And I'm not sure what happened. It's off the ball. Is behind the Bowling Green back line. So we'll take another look at this to see what happened. And it looks like just a 50-50 challenge there with Tesqueto and grabbing his kind of shoulder region. That I believe that's Fada again. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, and like we've talked about, Tesqueto is a very hard hitting player. Him being back there, obviously not what you want, but
Hernandez was falling from behind the play. Ramos put a foot in it. It's Evansville ball. And it'll be Bowling Green ball. How about Patasic there earning that?
yeah, Patasic just doing everything that he can to get us this goal. Coming out of the second half strong. Within the first 6 minutes, he's made multiple impact plays.
Here's Rios, long ball into the box, looking for Terry, flicks it on. Schaefer Worshman up to header. Sawaris puts it back into play. Painter bumped off the ball and sandwiched by a couple Evansville players. And some more extracurriculars off the ball with Sawaris and a player. Still down, Christian into the box. Hernandez, nice touch. Oh, he just couldn't turn that one on frame. Had it poked from behind him. It will be a corner kick at a moment's notice, but we'll attend to the Evansville player that's down. A lot of things happening in that last sequence.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on, Lucas. And it looks like the top of the Purple Aces are just getting hit back and forth by the Bowling Green defenders.
Very physical start to the second half.
As he is still down. Still trying to figure out who is down.
Yeah, but it's Fada again.
Yeah, and he's just been through it tonight, Lucas.
You could say that. He's a lot of physicality, playing that striker position. He's had a lot of battles.
And you know, if there's one thing that I've learned doing my feature on Amir Didic, Fada is from Italy. There's a lot of guys outside of the United States that don't see this physical of a game.
Mm-hmm. Different style of soccer.
Completely. As Fada seems to be a little bit upset about him getting beaten up. He's missed the last 2 seasons due to injury.
Schaefer out, swinging ball into the box. Doesn't beat the first man. Christensen puts it back in play, and that's a strong header there from Evansville.
Again, Evansville has to have hard hats on, Lucas, because they have just been nailing those with their head.
And no foul called there on Suarez after getting an Evansville player shoved down. And that's going to be a foul on Patasic. Much to the dismay of Robbie Tarver. They're a little animated there on that touch line.
Yeah, and I mean, Lucas, this is exactly what we were kind of talking about when Terry got his yellow card, as we have extracurriculars, possibly.
And it looks like we'll stop the clock, and they're going to give this to head coach Robbie Tarver. Or it might just be a talking to. We'll see.
We're going to get another look at this here.
Yeah, I mean, physical play nonetheless, but, you know, refs, he did let them play a little bit this game. I think you just want consistency nonetheless from a ref.
Again, like I talked about a little bit earlier, the second man tends to get it, and obviously that was a big hit by Soares. But the second guy on the Purple Aces got it because he was the second one.
So So a yellow card was issued. I believe that is to Fadas, and Escudero might come back in play. Fadas very unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, he showed it after getting hit those back-to-back times, and it seems like he's just kind of had enough.
So there's a yellow card issued for Evansville. And I do believe that is Escudero for the Purple Aces that will check back in play.
Yeah, and Escudero already being in the game so far today.
Here's Hernandez looking to that back stick for Painter. Taysic kept it in play. Ramos cross into the box. Moraz come to get it over the back of Terry. And a foul's going to be on Terry. They'll stop the clock, and Terry might be in some pain.
Moraz also down on the field.
Ooh, and kind of, I guess looking at Terry's knee kind of stuck into the ground as Moraz landed on top of him. And Moraz also having a hard fall, trying to jump up and get the ball. Hard challenge, but that type of play is always going to go in favor of the goalkeeper every time.
Yeah, and it's a tough thing to find because obviously Terry's facing the ball. He doesn't know that Moraz is right behind him trying to get the ball as well. Just a tough spot to be in.
This will be a drop ball. This will be a foul for Evansville. But Moraz and Terry looks to be okay.
Which obviously on both sides of the pitch would be huge losses for either if they were to go down. Luckily, they did not.
Absolutely. That ball goes out of play on that far side.
Going to see a little bit of a press here from Evansville.
Terry looking for a Painter. One drops from Ramos. Ramos, Hernandez. Nice give and go there with Ramos and Hernandez. Now he's got some space. Driven inside the box, Hernandez across the grain. Terry falls down. No foul called. And crossed in a beat. Gonna get to a Bowling Green player. And now here comes the Purple Aces on a counter. Escudero into the box. Escudero rolls it right to Gio. And he's gonna want that one back.
Yeah, without a doubt. One-on-one against a single Bowling Green defender. Just couldn't get it done.
Terry unhappy about that play. Thought he was fouled. Taysic. Well, just about 10 minutes in, I think Nicholas should be pleased with the intensity the Falcons have showed trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Both sides, honestly, have been very intense. Sometimes not the way you want it to be with there being some hard hits and such. But still, that's where you want your heart to be at. Like you say about Terry, his heart is on his sleeve.
Hernandez can't find Painter.
And the other thing with that intensity, Lucas, is that eventually the intensity has to turn into something. It has to turn into a goal to get back in this game at all.
Long ball over the top, chested down here from Ramos. Ramos is looking for Painter Schaefer, just not on the same page there. And his last poke off of Rios. Throwing for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and Rios just tried to get that ball out of the way. Didn't want too much to do with it. Rios being a junior, he has his time here on the Falcons. Played only 2 matches off the bench last year in 2024 against EIU and Detroit Mercy.
Off the head of Christensen, trying to bring that one down with Patasic. Now Christensen does bring it down. And shoved to the ground there.
Christensen going down in the first half. Seems to be up, doing all right here. Haven't seen too much wincing from him.
Trying to flick it on. Schmidt, this clearance, and that one's just gonna be a bit too far there from Painter.
And that ball's going to go out. It's going to be a goal kick here from Miraz. Like,
Well, they say 2-goal is the most dangerous lead in soccer because the third goal is the most important. If a third is at Evansville, you can pretty much put this game to bed. But if a goal is scored from Bowling Green, then you cut the lead in half, and the whole momentum in the game just completely changes on its head.
and I think an interesting way to look at that, Lucas, is if you're only up 1-0, you have a lot more to try and get that second goal. But being up 2-0, you already got the lead. You're up by 2. You're kind of being stagnant. But if you're up 3, it's enough where there's a little bit of leeway to play some defense.
Ramos called on the foul. Purple Aces down in the midfield.
That's going to be number 26, Pablo Calvetti. He's a junior. He's from Spain. He's played in 7 games so far, 4 starts. Does his job pretty well here with Purple Aces.
So far has the game-winning goal.
Yes, that is correct.
Worth mentioning, Chase Ricker had 2 assists in that first half. The freshman, he'll be on this free kick. Ooh, delivered well into the back post and recycled back into play and cleared.
Had his chance to get a third. Hat trick of assists.
Bushman was over the ball and kind of dragged down Terry. And they won a second yellow on Terry. A little bit afters. I think just tangle of bodies. We'll take another look at this. I mean, he grabs Terry and then kind of just roll on each other. I mean, it's just a tangle of bodies.
Yeah, and I mean, without a doubt, Lucas, if you were the Purple Aces and you have the chance to get Trace Terry out of the game, you're going to plead your case.
Absolutely.
Because if there's any chance of Bowling Green coming back from this deficit, it's going to be with Trace Terry on the field.
But also, if you're Terry, you got to be smart. I mean, even with little stuff like that, you got to be really careful. Walking a fine line.
Without a doubt.
So it looks like they'll stop the clock, and the referee will call over one of the captain, Christian, but also call over Terry.
Does not look like a happy conversation between the refs and our team.
As you see a shot of Eric Nichols. And they'll put, asking for Wordsmith to come up as well. Have a one-on-one talking to. Now, we can't, obviously don't know what they're saying, but I have to imagine just the little extra stuff off the ball after a foul is going to have to probably cut it out, is what the ref is saying to both those. Wordsmith kind of got over the ball a little bit. Terry got in front of him, trying to stop a counterattack possibly for Bowling Green. Yeah, simple foul, but I think the rollover there is what the referee is telling them to probably cut out.
Yeah, and it's tough too because sometimes momentum takes you that way. Sometimes there's not much Terry could have done there. And like I said, the Purple Aces are going to be looking to try and get him out of the game. So if that's how they have to do it, that's how they have to do it.
Now our head referee will have a discussion with Robbie Tarver, 3rd year in charge of the Purple Aces, MVC tournament champion last year. This is his 3rd year, as we mentioned, as a head coach. He spent 3 years as an assistant and an associate head coach on the staff before when he joined the team back in 2022, and he helped them reach back-to-back MVC tournament finals back in 21 and 22. Now leading the charge at the helm, successful last year, making that kind of Cinderella run at the end, eliminating Missouri State, Western Michigan, then Bowling Green.
Yeah, I mean, he's taken this program to different heights with the way he coaches. He's done a great job so far.
Now our head referee will have a discussion with head coach Eric Nichols.
There might be a chance we get to play here at some point. I'd hope.
It's been quite the stoppage now for something that looked like nothing at first, except just a couple players getting intense on a challenge.
The only thing that I can think of is, Lucas, is the refs see that it is getting to that point,
Yeah.
and they're trying to calm it down before it happens, the calm before the storm, without a doubt.
32 minutes on the dot, still plenty of time for Bowling Green to come back, but a third goal from Evansville could really put this one away. Here's Suarez. Tesqueto, Rios. Looking for Terry, got the header over Bensick and looking to flick that one. Hernandez drops it back to Suarez. Suarez cross into the box looking for Terry. Met there from Garcia. Now Evansville's got a chance to break. Been so good at aerial duels this game. Now here's Nacho Diaz-Cavallo. A hook across into the box looking for Escudero. Great ball, still hooked in place. Suarez, and he ran out of room.
Yeah, Suarez just getting the ball out of play, making sure no more damage could be done, as we're going to get a quick sub here from the Falcons.
Badura back in play. Patasic will check out.
In the game for number 14, Aiden Patasic.
So like change in that attacking midfielder spot in the second half for Nichols.
And again, with the formation that we are in, both Patasic and Badura run a lot. So them getting fresh legs every once in a while is very useful.
Step there from Tesqueto. Here's Suarez. Long ball over the top, headed down, looking for Painter. Gives it back to Bensick. And a foul will be called on Suarez. On that far side on Ricker.
You know, a little sidebar here, Lucas, about the game so far. Tesqueto is coming back off that red card, and he has been playing a great match down there in center back.
Yep. Very smart, very smart. All game long, and you need to be at that position. Long ball looking back to Ricker. Can he keep it in play? He can. Never mind. Goal kick.
Put all of his effort into that one, Lucas. Really tried to keep that in.
Well, he's had quite the game as a true freshman. Quite the scouting for these Evansville Purple Aces. You look at the team, they don't really have a whole lot of players from Indiana, but you have a lot of players from international, a lot of Spanish players, a couple foreigners, mentioned Fada, Italian background, a couple of Norwegian players, and you have players from all over the country from different states.
Yeah, and that just talks to their recruiting side.
Rios, Schaefer.
Yeah, and those Schaefer scissors kicks just really get defenders in a pickle.
Here's Rios again, looking for Painter. It's over the back of Painter. Hernandez trying to get on it. Bensick, which is cleared to the Bowling Green bench. Under half an hour left to play here. A chance for Bowling Green to get something.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be sooner rather than later here, Lucas, with the time continuing to tick.
Painter gets his one back. Here's Schaefer. Work his way forward, cuts inside the box. Schaefer trying to curl this one, and it's off target into the trees.
And I mean, Lucas, I think he was thinking that he could change that 0 to a 1 just by hitting the scoreboard, because that went pretty high up there.
We scored there from a similar position against Evansville a couple of years ago. It was a curler in the top corner. It was a beautiful strike, and trying to recreate here just a couple years later, trying to give Bowling Green a spark.
And again, if there's someone that isn't Terry or Painter to score today, easily could be him.
Tesqueto wins that header. Here's Schaefer. driving and loses possession and then cleared up and away here from Evansville.
Evansville still playing with plenty of intensity.
Ramos wins it back. Painter, offside flag stayed down. I think Painter thought he was offside.
I think everyone thought Painter was offside, except the ones with the flags. I mean, multiple Purple Ace defenders calmed down.
Escudero chests this one down. Suarez gets it out wide, right to Hernandez. A little too strong there from Bodurov. It's cleared out. A play.
Yep, lands right over in that practice field. And in the background of that, you can see the Doit sitting there, lights off, as they play over in Athens tomorrow.
Christensen grabbed there. A little spin around, and a yellow card issued to Evansville. Get a confirmation on who that is. Be Nate Roberts, I believe, for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to see a quick replay of this. It is going to be number 12, Nate Roberts. And this makes me start to think, Lucas, that there is possibility of the refs talking to them saying the next time something big like that happens, there will be a yellow card introduced. Because I don't think that was bad enough for a yellow card.
Happens first half, probably not yellow, but I think now the referees just want to keep up control in the game.
Definitely, and I think that's where it comes from.
Hernandez crossing the box. It's met there well there from the Purple Aces. Suarez, Bodurov. Hernandez, Bodurov again. Now still Suarez. Chips it in the box. Suarez gets her back, takes a deflection, and what a run there from the right center back, able to earn a corner kick.
And I mean, coming up there far from being all the way over there in the corner.
Schaefer corner kick coming up here. Chance for Bowling Green to find something.
Obviously, like we mentioned, he's had the goals against Evansville in the past 2 seasons. He's going to be from the corner, maybe trying to get someone else a goal this year.
And they'll stop the clock. Making sure there's not that much hand grabbing and fighting going on. A little stack on top of the 18. It will be Schaefer outswinging ball into the box. So Falcon falls down. Ramos takes it on the bounce. It's out of play.
Yeah, and Lucas, at the front of that Falcon pile was Rajko Bodruvo, and he's so much smaller than some of those other guys that he fell right down when they ran into him.
Devin Shepard will come on in play. Roberts, who just got caution, will exit.
Like we mentioned with Roberts, he is a freshman, or excuse me, he's a redshirt junior. He's from Italy. It was just kind of time. He got that yellow card. It was time for him to take a step back.
Suarez will be called for the foul. And Suarez will be issued a yellow card, I believe, for the grab of the jersey.
Yeah, and like you mentioned here, Lucas, we've hit the second half where they're not going to put up with anything at this point.
So it'll be another good set piece opportunity here for Evansville off the foot of Shepard, or excuse me, Ricker. Ricker looking for his third assist, delivers this one to the back post, and it's too far. Play for a goal kick.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Ricker has those 2 assists on the night. I would say has been the most impactful with those 2 assists.
Suarez down low, looking for Hernandez. Bensick, and it's lost off a Falcon for Evansville throw.
I think another thing that we're seeing, Lucas, is since that yellow card came in, it's been very hard to keep that intensity up because you have to be so cautious of those yellow cards.
Referee saving every second he can. Back in play. This one's mishit. Painter's gonna go all the way back to Miraz, who boot this one up and away. Rios heads up. Shelpert. Nacho Diaz. Vega. Christensen, Schaefer wins one up. Here's Painter able to turn with some space. Here's Bennett Painter trying to use some of his speed. Painter leads it off. Bodurov runs it to a couple of Purple Aces defenders there. A lot of bodies there in the box, just swarming to the ball.
Yeah, Bodurov was just a couple seconds late to that.
Advantage play here for Evansville. Escudero. Curling shot takes a deflection. Rios will just dump it away.
Evansville slowing down, kind of taking their time here, finding the best possibility they can, being up 2-0 already.
Rios and Ramos. Switches one to Escudero again. Suarez needs to be careful not to overcommit. Escudero gets by Suarez. Hernandez there to help him defensively. Still with it, Escudero. Runs it right back, and a trailing leg there from Hernandez will be called for the foul. It's good work there from the freshman forward.
Yeah, the freshman forward definitely did his job there without a doubt. As Hernandez is going to make sure he's okay.
Josh Saavedra will come in back in here, moves notice here for the Falcons. After this set piece opportunity, Ricker into the box, flicked on backside, and should have been a third for Evansville. Would have been the third goal they finished there on the back post, and they couldn't put that one home.
Yeah, and again, Luke, it's kind of like the other two chances and goals that they ended up getting. Just made it right through everybody, pretty squeaky clean, and was on that backside of the net with a chance to score it.
Saavedra for Ramos.
And Saavedra is going to come in here, the Miami, Florida native. He's a junior, played 2 seasons at LIU. He helped the Sharks to a Northeast Conference championship and an NCAA, oh, excuse me, I don't know what that says there.
Right here. And a long switch all the way out to Gio. Gio gets it to Christensen, who gets out wide left here to Schaefer. Schaefer, inside the foot pass, gets Bodurov on across inside the box, met once again from Evansville. And Christensen tracked down from behind there from Ricker. It's going to be a set piece opportunity here for Bowling Green. Under 20 minutes left to go here, still down by 2. Could make things interesting.
Yeah, and on that Schaefer drive and kick over to Bodurov, Evansville kind of cornered him over there. And number 2, Delvin Shepard, the freshman, kind of came in on that backside, forced him down.
Schaefer on the right foot and Rios on the left. We'll see who takes it. It will be Schaefer delivered to the backside. And it'll be a corner kick coming up for Bowling Green. Last off Purple Ace, they have won so many of these set pieces, first all the balls. It'll be a corner kick, and Schaefer will take it.
Yeah, and that's one of those biggest pieces of the match so far. We're going to see a quick little replay of the foul.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
As Christensen just kind of gets tripped up there, matched up with that Purple Ace.
Swinging ball here from Schaefer. Miraz strong to collect.
as Mirage just wants to make sure everyone gets away from him and kind of falls down, give everyone a chance to get away.
Schmidt, Mirage just skies this one and be out for a BG throw.
Yeah, and you can tell the Falcons are pushing a little bit quicker with both Terry and Painter getting up there on Mirage.
Rios looking long for Terry again. He able to flick it on. Painter was just behind him. And play a goal kick again. Worshman's, I don't think he's put a foot wrong this game right there, number 4 for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, and like you said, he's done his job so far this game. Last year he played in all 21 matches and made 19 starts for the team. So obviously he is a key part of this defensive piece.
Very much indeed. Pressing there. Garcia just has to dump it up, and he gets it out to Shepard. Shepard cross in the box. Escudero off the underside of the bar. Flag stays down. Didn't cross the line, but that nearly was a third goal for Evansville.
Yeah, and that was a great pass over into the center of the box with one of their best chances of the night, just getting unlucky hitting the top of that crossbar.
And Bowling Green is almost able to break there with Painter. Couldn't make something happen. Suarez, Terry, earns the throw-in.
And like we've mentioned all night, Terry just continuing to just play his heart out.
Here's Bodurov. Runs out of play.
Oluduro's going to be surprisingly happy that it stays our ball. He thought it was going the other way.
Well, they're earn a throw. So another long throw here, Rios. He's taken over from Peacock, who went down a couple of matches ago. Rios, Terry, corner kick coming up for Bowling Green, and it feels like if a goal is going to come, it's going to have to come from a set piece. About 15 minutes left and counting.
Thank you. And again, with only a third of the second half left, it's got to come sooner rather than later. I know I've been saying that for the past 15 minutes, but it has to happen soon.
Here's Schaefer. Out swinging ball into the box. Evansville wins that one yet again. And we'll just dump it away. Schaefer gets by his Purple Ace defender, foul called. Will there be a card given is the question now. It won't, but another good set piece for Evansville.
And once again, like I mentioned the whole night, another Evansville header straight there as we're going to get a real quick replay of this.
And usually in those instances, you do see a card for stopping an attack. Regardless, it will be a free kick from Schaefer. So another chance to maybe find a goal on the board. Schaefer into the box. Miraz has to just punch it away. Bodurov puts it back into play. Terry heads it down. It's still alive and eventually cleared from Evansville.
Yeah, and multiple chances there from the Falcons, just couldn't connect.
Escudero just chested all the way down to Gio. Escudero, it's off the back of Warsmith. Hernandez trying to head it back to Painter. You probably would have liked him to see it take a strike on goal there entering the box. It fell right to him on that back post.
Yeah, sometimes you look at those chances and they always say make the extra pass. Sometimes that extra pass doesn't always work, and it kind of looked like that was the case there. Kind of got it way too close to Miraz.
Ball lofted to the direction of Escudero. Escudero gets it out to Hernandez. Escudero will just boot this one up and long. And Garcia will head it down to Miraz, who's going to try to waste as much time as he can.
Yeah, and I think that's where they have to go. If you're the Purple Aces, you have 12 minutes left. You're up 2 goals. Just don't really give the Falcons a chance.
Hernandez, good footwork there, throwing for Bowling Green. Badurov is back to Hernandez, and he tried to give it to Painter. Try to hit the home run ball.
Miraz again keeping that ball away as long as possible, waiting for Painter to get all the way up there.
Suarez going to get a deflection off of it. Be a throw in for the Purple Aces.
Substitution into the game for Evansville, number 18.
Yeah, and Suarez has been doing as much as he can back there on that backside. The whole defensive line has been.
Benzek, freshman forward, has checked in for the first time. Carmel, Indiana native. Long ball off to Rios. Schaefer, Terry. Gotta switch the point of play all the way out to Hernandez. Still with it, Hernandez. Saavedra gets it to Suarez, who's kind of moving forward up more and more now.
And I think kind of makes sense, Lucas, in this sense of you need to score right here, right now. Suarez should be up as high as possible.
Nacho Diaz-Cavallo, he's got some space. Cross, Escudero puts the exclamation point on what's been an incredible performance on the road from the Purple Aces. The third goal, and it might all be over.
Yeah, and it's not a spot you want to be at for the Falcons. Already down 2-0, and here comes the third goal. There's 10 minutes left. Escudero just gets it right in there. The Purple Aces had 2 chances at this. This is a great goal by Escudero. They had another chance at that earlier in the match where one was sent right over to that side. This time they were able to connect with it, which they couldn't the first time.
Great early ball to Escudero, like you mentioned there, Noah, and then at the same time, naturally for Bowling Green, if you're chasing the game, you're gonna put more numbers and get more numbers up on the field. But in doing so, you leave yourself exposed in the back there, and give Evansville credit, they took advantage of that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened there. Like we were talking about, Suarez was all the way up here, and then as soon as the ball came back that way, there was no one there for him, and that's where Escudero could do whatever he needed to do to get that ball in the net.
Escudero just lofts this one up. Miraz doesn't get it. Let's head it back up in the play into Schaefer. And this one gonna be cleared out of play.
That's gonna be Escudero's 6th goal of the season.
And this little unbeaten run, I mean, Evansville's gotten hot right into Missouri Valley Conference play. He's been a big part of it.
And there's no better time to start heating up than at the start of the Valley play.
Evansville again with some speed. Shepard trying to switch it to Bensick on this far side. Cross delivered to the backside, right back to Shepard. Christensen dives in again. Schaefer gives it out to Painter. Painter. Hernandez just has Terry up there with 3 Purple Ace defenders. Hernandez looking for Terry again. Miraz comes off his line. Terry gets by it initially, and Miraz. And they're going to call a foul on Terry on a yellow. Interesting one, to say the least. Don't have the best angle of it from up here, but see what the Nichols coming all the way to talk to him and try to calm down Terry.
Yeah, such a tough thing to do is we're going to see a quick little replay here. I don't know exactly what I was supposed to see there, but there was just, I didn't see much contact at all. And like we've mentioned, Terry plays with his heart on his sleeve, and it's going to be a tough pill for him to swallow being a 3-0 ball game.
It's about 8 minutes and change left. See if Bowling Green can get on the board even. And not be shut at home for a second straight time. As they'll stop the clock. Lionel Williams will be coming in for the Purple Aces.
Substitutions into the game for
They're
the
change
Purple
as
Aces,
well
number
for
8.
Robbie Tarver. That is number 8, Nalu Wagner,
For number 9,
senior
Will
from
Bensick.
Leipzig,
Also
Germany.
number 17, Lionel Williams, in the game for number 22, Nacho Diaz-Canella.
The second guy in for the Purple Aces is going to be Lionel Williams, the redshirt sophomore from Chandler, Arizona. He's played in 5 games so far this season.
Terry flicks on the header. I'll go all the way back to Tesqueto. Schaefer flicks it up, trying to slides in and keeps it in play. Gets it out to Painter. Painter returns to Schaefer. Schaefer, heavy first touch and a sliding challenge. Williams, welcome to the game. Gets it out of play, but corner coming up here for Schaefer and Bowling Green.
Yeah, Williams came right into the game and said, I don't care that it's 3-0. I'm not going to let you get a goal. And I think that, obviously it sounds silly to say, but as a moral victory, you never want to be shut out. So I think BGSU needs to keep continuing to play, try and get a goal here, give them a moral victory.
Schaefer across in the box. Guess who? Evansville wins the first one.
Kind of the theme of the night, Lucas.
Here's Schaefer. Pass off a Purple Ace, throw-in coming up for Bowling Green.
That ball's going to be out on Nalu Wagner, just checking into the ball game.
Rios. Terry flicks it on. Back post. Painter got to it. It was a save there from Miraz, and it cleared away there for the Purple Aces. Almost something out of nothing there for Bowling Green.
Yeah, without a doubt, and that's kind of what they needed there if it were to get in.
Rios. Terry just puts it down nicely, but Durov and cut off. Well there from Bensick and just gives it right back away.
Yeah, and you can see the game kind of just slowing down here, Lucas.
Here's Bodurov. Flicks it up. Hernandez kept it in play. Cross in the box, looking for Terry. Christensen. It's back to Bodurov. Cycles it out. Hernandez again. This time a left foot across into the box. Painter! And he tried the high boot and caught a piece of Williams. couple subs coming in for Bowling Green, and Terry's night is done. Tyson McCoy will come in for the first time.
Tyson McCoy, the freshman out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. He played club ball for the Michigan Wolves of ML Next, helped the Tigers to 3 state club championships. Obviously, that is not the way Terry wants to end this night.
No, not at all. And Suarez will be out as well. Sims will come back in and play naturally his center back spot. So again, some of the freshmen, some minutes in. Long through ball looking for Painter Miraz. Heavy first touch, and he got to collect it back. So smart as a sophomore keeper.
Yeah, and I mean, he was doing that in his freshman year, just being able to dominate that box.
Shepard. Works his way for Williams. Nice spin around, Saavedra. Evansville looking for a fourth. Trying to drop this one off top of the 18. It's intercepted there from Bodura of Sims as it deflected off into the hands of Geel. Schaefer. McCoy. Gets it back to Schaefer. Low hanging cross. Knocked up in the air from Worshman.
Wow, that ball was up in the air for a while.
And Tosqueto. Fedorov. Christensen through ball here. McCoy, did he keep it in play? He can. Back post header is over the bar. That was Xavier Sims looking for his first collegiate goal. Almost freshman to freshman there. That would have been a big positive to end this game on for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and something that we've been seeing, it's a reoccurring theme tonight, is the players that come into the match right after they sub in seem to make huge plays. Both Sims and McCoy there teaming up to almost make a huge play if that were to go in.
Tosqueto mishits that one. Sims came charging in, trying to win it. Off the chest there of Saavedra. Painter pressing, Sims be fouled. So Noah, just 2 minutes and change running out for Bowling Green. They're right back at home here on Tuesday. Not that many home matches left here, but they're home in Northern Kentucky, and the next 3 of the 4 is on the road.
Yeah, and you know, Lucas, having 2 back-to-back, assuming this game holds as is, 2 back-to-back 3-0 losses at home after having such a good stretch at home, they're going to look to try and get that win. Just like they did today, they're going to look again, and I can guarantee you that the Falcons will come out hungrier for this next game than they did today, even though they were pretty hungry as they were today.
Would agree with you. Cleveland State, Belmont on the road. Our MVZ teams as well. Looking for Evansville. We've got Western Michigan at home for them. And they have a 3-match road stand as well. A couple of tough opponents there, including Big Ten's Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas, they have been on such a roll lately. It's hard to see them fall off of that after this win against the Falcons in the championship rematch.
They'll move on being in 5, and coming to this match, it was 4 wins and 12 losses for Bowling Green against Evansville in the all-time series. And it's going to go 4 wins and 13 losses here for BG, as Miraz is going to waste as much time as he can here with a minute change left.
Yeah, just continuing to let that clock run. And I'm sure for him, he would love another shutout in his reservoir.
Purple Aces will go to 3-2-5 and go 1-0 in Missouri Valley Conference play. Falcons will go to 3-4-2. So it'll be their 4th loss in the year, and they'll go 0-1 in Missouri Valley Conference play. We'll see if they can get on the board here.
And you had mentioned beforehand how important Nichols thinks it is to win that first Missouri Valley Conference game. So I'm sure he's going to have something to say about it afterwards.
There's Matt Hawkins there. He's going to get a yellow card. An unsportsmanlike gesture to Schaefer there. With 28 seconds left.
Definitely had a few yellow cards today.
Yeah, intense match. I think intense match for sure. I think we were both surprised at how long it took to get to that point, but definitely no love lost between these two.
Yeah, and once it happened, it just continued. Multiple yellow cards. So we have under 30 seconds here left.
All the thing you got to do is put this one behind you. You return to non-conference play Tuesday against those Northern Kentucky Norse as well, a team that you've played now 3 straight years into this. You beat them at home 2 years ago. You had a draw on the road with them last year. Now, it's almost a must-win in terms of just getting your confidence back.
Without a doubt, and especially with there still being one MVC non-conference matchup, you're going to need to get that win.
No revenge for Bowling Green this time around against Evansville. The Purple Aces come in the Cochrane Stadium and win by a final score of 3-0 as the Falcons suffer their 2nd home loss of the year and their 1st loss in conference play.
Yeah, and just obviously not the outcome you were looking for here, especially with all the extracurricular activities going on between Mickey getting inducted, the 1995 class being recognized, it being alumni weekend. Tough pill to swallow for the Falcons. They're going to look to come back in their next match.
Big night for Bowling Green, but they couldn't get a result. So that'll do it for us here. For our director, Mark Hathaway, for my broadcast partner, Noah Seeley, Moose Clymer, on behalf of our entire WBGS crew. Final score here, Evansville 3, Bowling Green 0. So long, and have a good rest of your Friday evening.